Hi, welcome to this evening practice to help you decompress from your exciting day. My name is Becky, and in this video we're going through a light Hatha Yoga session. You're going to need a pillow and a comfy blanket, as well as a block that can support you during the practice. If you don't have a block, you can also maybe use a thick book. It's mostly also to support you in certain poses. So let's get into it. We're going to start in hero pose, sitting on your lower legs. Upper body is reaching towards the ceiling. Place your hands somewhere along your thighs where it feels most comfortable for your shoulders. And gently start to close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Allow a moment for your body to arrive in your pose. Just breathing and sitting. In your mind, maybe picture again how your day went from the moment you woke up and all the little experiences you made during the course of the day. Maybe there were some significant moments that you'll treasure. What specific learnings that you'd like to reflect on? And once you have finished reflecting on your day, bring your awareness back to your breathing. And try to make your breath the most important thing for now. Inhaling and exhaling. When you notice your mind has wandered off, bring it gently back to your breathing. Notice what there is to explore around the breathing. The gentle breeze of air entering your nostrils all the way down into your lungs. And the movement of your belly and chest, both during your inhale and exhale. Notice how you can help your body to soften with the help of the breathing. Knowing that now is not the time to perform, but just to be. Maybe also notice the quality of your breathing, which means how easily is your inhale into the different parts of the upper body. Underneath your collarbones, expanding into the chest and belly. And the contraction of the belly, rib cage, again as you exhale. With every round of breathing, find a way to soften even more. Maybe also notice the gentle pause between inhale and exhale, and vice versa. And maybe lengthening that slight pause briefly. Maybe also notice how natural and easily your breathing is when you actively pull into your lungs, and when your core starts to contract as you push out the air again. Find a way to soften around your face, from the forehead to the muscle around your eyes, your cheek, jaw, and muscle around your lips. Also find a way to grow soft in your neck and shoulder area. And maybe think about what has brought you here today. Is there something specific that you're looking for while watching this video? Even though I'm not sure if I can fully support you in that. But maybe I can at least convey a certain kind of calmness and stillness. And maybe that's what you're looking for. Take a deep inhale. And release the exhale with a sigh through your mouth. Repeat that a few more times so that you can fully release whatever needs to let go of. With your next inhale, draw your arms towards the ceiling, reach them long, and then place them in front of you. Make your way to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and move into a downward facing dog. It's not a pose that we're going to revisit a lot today, but just to wake up your legs gently after this hero pose. Look in between the hands and step your right foot forward, lower the left knee, and gently sink into the pose, allowing the hips to drop. Maybe reach your hands a little bit more in front of you. And find that angle where you can feel that you can stay for about 2 minutes. It's one of the hardest parts to slow down and be still, especially after an eventful day. but allowing the nervous system to slow down, to decompress, and also helping the muscle to grow gentle. And you can always readjust slightly. As staying in the pose can be a little bit of a challenge at first, bring your breathing at the focus of your attention, should your mind might not like this so much. Bring your breathing maybe also to that stretch in the hip area. Feeling like the skin tissue around it can start to soften too. I think the longer we stay, maybe certain aches in the body starts to become present. Maybe greet them, as it's a natural way to the body to release. Tuck your left toe, straighten the leg, push down to downward facing dog. Next inhale, left foot in between the hands, lower the right leg. We mirror the pose on the other leg. Also here, find a way to allow your body to get into the pose. Letting go of the rush and hustle from the daily life. Stay with your calm breathing, making both inhale and exhale equally long. You can also start to deepen your breath whenever you have stayed for a few moments in your pose. Also allowing the heartbeat to reduce. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper. And sinking softness as well. One more round of breath here. Before you tuck your right toes, step back into downward facing dog. Next inhale, right foot back in between the hands, lowering the left leg. Move both hands on the inside of your right foot. And if you have your block or your book, start to lower your elbows onto the block, sinking even deeper into that hip joint. Maybe you don't need the block and can place both of your arms on the floor. We're also going to stay in this posture for about 2 minutes. So choose wisely where you can feel you get a sense of release rather than pushing yourself too far. At least right now, it's not the time to perform. Continue to breathe calmly and gently. And of course, it's also always an option to close your eyes. Deepening your breath once more, tuning inwards, sensing into the body. One more round of breath here. Start to gently move out of the pose, straightening the back leg, transitioning through downward facing dog, and mirroring the pose with your other leg, the left leg now in front of you. And also here, find that space that is most convenient for your hip. Allowing a long spine, a soft face, and relaxed shoulders. Maybe also look for that space between control and release. In a way, it takes control to stay present in your body, in the current posture. And on the other hand, also a certain amount of release with your breathing, to sinking deeper, allowing the body to take action on the release without really doing anything about it. Take a deep inhale, softly sighing it out through the mouth. Starting to move out of the pose, placing your hands on the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting your right foot in between the hands, lowering down. Then move your right foot towards the left hand, the knee towards the right hand, and sinking deep into a pigeon pose. Either you can place your block underneath your hip, or should that also be too much, you can also, instead of straightening out your leg on the back side, making somewhat of a 90-degree angle for a deer pose. Inhaling, lengthening the upper body, and then lowering it down also to the mat. Especially in this strong hip opening pose, allow your body to find its space and give it a chance to catch up with that current pose, as we're also going to stay here for about 2 minutes. And whatever thought or sensation that comes up in the body, greet it more as a friend rather than I don't want to stay here. Trying to slow it down with the help of your breathing once more. And should you feel that there is space to lower your head onto your hands in front of you, you're more than welcome to do that. Maybe it's also a time for you to notice the sound of your breathing. Both how the inhale sounds with that draw of air in. Maybe kind of an ocean sound as you exhale. You can always adjust the pose lightly, either because you notice you've gone too far, or because there is space for you to release more into the pose. One more round of breath. Maybe sighing it out through the mouth. Lifting up again, placing the hands on the mat, pushing back to downward facing dog, maybe walking the dog out lightly to get the blood flowing properly again through the hip, lengthening the spine. Reaching the left foot now between your hands, walking the foot over to the right hand, lowering the knee, either into pigeon pose, or if you've done deer pose with your knee bent to the side in a 90-degree angle, you're also welcome to do that. Sink into the pose, allowing the hip to open softly. And also here the option to lower down onto your hands with your forehead. Especially if the mind has wandered off once more, try to gently bring it back to the present moment. Regardless whether you were contemplating about what is about to happen or what was. Bringing quality into the present moment by thinking slowness, lightness, and softness. Maybe also if you have a very active, chattering, critical you inside your head, greeting him or her in a way that you can assure him or her that now is not the time for demands or tasks to be accomplished. Another round of breathing. And gently lifting up, straightening your arms, moving out of the pose ever so softly and calmly. When we meet in downward facing dog, press firmly into your hands, straighten all the way so that you have a long spine. Maybe walking out the dog, pressing one heel after the other closer towards the mat. Finding stillness. And with your exhale, lowering both knees, starting to stretch out the legs behind you, lowering to your belly. Starting to extend both arms on the level of your shoulders. Look towards the left hand, place the left hand next to your chest. Push into that left hand so that you can roll onto the right side of your body. Bending the left knee, placing it behind the right leg. For your, as it's called in Yin Yoga, fallen angel. allow the body to get used to this posture and deepen your breath. Maybe place the hand behind the lower of your back, leaning in slightly more into your shoulder, finding space there and opening up, as well as allowing your body to grow heavy into the mat. Trying to release any muscular tensions that might still be present. Here as well, an invitation to maybe lightly close your eyes and sensing into that stretching in your shoulder. Take a deep inhale, sighing it out through your mouth softly. Sliding back onto your belly, extending the left arm, shoulder height, lifting your gaze to your right hand, placing the hand next to your chest, pushing to the left side of your body, bending the right leg, stepping it behind the left. Deepen your breath to help now the left shoulder to soften. Grow heavy into your body, rooting it down on the floor. Maybe even leaning more into the pose. And by leaning into, I don't mean to force, but rather to not activating your muscle, but releasing that resistance of muscular activity. I guess you can call it surrendering. Take another deep inhale, gently sighing it out through the mouth. Moving out of the pose back onto your belly. Place your forehead on your hands. And just for a few rounds of breath, allow the body just be. Another form of surrendering. Although that surrender, when I think about it, sometimes leaves a certain taste of vulnerability, which I guess it is. But also not being up for doing and protecting yourself, finding that space where you don't have the feeling that you have to stand up for yourself. So, inviting vulnerability as a way to have the space to be strong when it's needed. Maybe sigh the next exhale again out through your mouth. Gently push up into all fours. And then grabbing your pillow, place it somewhat at the front of the mat. Grabbing your blanket. If you have more the sensation of wanting to warm the body, you can of course spread it out over your body. Otherwise, I invite you to place it folded on your belly and then start to lean back over the pillow, but underneath the back, so that you have a slight sensation of opening the chest when you lie back down. Place the feet on the outer edges of the mat so that the knees can gently meet in the middle. And stretch your arms to the sides where it feels comfortable. And as it comes naturally, at least for me when I'm in such a pose, it's the deepening of the breathing once more. The sensation of sensing relaxation. And softness. And maybe also the blanket that supports or gives a light weight onto your belly that can help you to ground even more. And when you're ready to go into the final resting pose, your Shavasana, start to stretch out your legs. Bring the arms closer beside you. Maybe leave the blanket and the pillow underneath. And just enjoy that few moments of nothingness. Maybe scan through your body and sensing whether there is any attention needed somewhere in your body with your breath. And otherwise just find once more softness and lightness. You can stay here for as long as you like, but if you're ready to end your practice, remove the blanket from your hips, start to roll on the side, taking a few rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, you push yourself up, maybe into a cross-legged position, or also the hero pose that we did at the beginning of the practice. Close your eyes gently, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Going a few rounds of breath more. Maybe think again about what I said at the beginning of the video about what you were looking for while watching this video. Maybe your active mind has given you a certain inspiration. Or maybe not. Take a deep inhale, lift upwards, palms meet. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. And then I thank you very much for letting me guide you. And I hope I could transmit that kind of calmness that you were in fact looking for. And then I wish you a good night's sleep and sweet dreams.